think, but it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you just have to see the fundamentals of our life tonight. Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like a movie, my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. Killing time, we got nowhere to be. You're sending messages I can't ignore. No contemplating, come here close to me. I'm bored at home, can't leave the house no more. But I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm losing my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. You, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart.
Out loud about it. Hey, let's see. Oh, Mamita Alicia, I love that name. Mamita Alicia. Alicia. I took Spanish 2 years in high school, and I think it's a beautiful language. I live in a Hispanic community, and the food is amazing. We just tried steak street tacos for the first time the other day, and we will be making those. We made a roast tonight. That might be what we do with the leftover meat. Yeah, so thank you for being here. I see you're working, but you'll catch the replay. Alrighty, and then Dodie. Hey, good to see you. Pink Warrior, thank you for coming. Always good to see you. I know that you follow the Love After Lockup saga, and this is about sort of the aftermath of that. I Doug, the Love After Lockup contestant, or whatever you want to call them. Sometimes I think they list themselves as actor, but he, had been on this show with Rachel, and she wound up getting guardianship or fostering his son, if you remember him. I can pull up his picture if y'all need me to. But, she had been in the military, level-headed chick, very successful. I think she's in real estate, maybe. Beautiful woman. And found him on an internet site specifically for inmates. Yes. And that's sort of what I wanted to talk about. That's the topic of my show. Not necessarily the show Love After Lockup, but finding love with dangerous people. And Dr. Phil has harped on this several times about, the scams that, come through the internet, give me money, and then you never meet them. I want to talk about the ones we meet. The ones we meet, and we have been romanticizing the relationship online and not vetting. I've often seen reviews of makeup. I see reviews of vacuum cleaners, and I won't buy a vacuum cleaner until I've seen the reviews. Or oh no, I'll never try a vitamin unless I've read the reviews. Dieting, uh, there's all types of diet pills, diet powders, diet potions. And you're not going to take that, boy, unless you read a review. That's called vetting. Are we vetting these relationships before we let them come into our home with our children? And just like the cases that I'm following right now in true crime, um, it is a situation like that. Like the Letitia Staunch case right now with Gannon. He was in the military. So you tend to be level-headed people. That's why I'm right brain thinkers. Is why I'm even mentioning military. Um, People that would vet would be military. And when you see what happened in the relationship between Rachel and Doug, and how that completely went off the rails. And now she actually, who is not a family member, has custody of his son because his family turned out to be such a shit show. And I'm just going to read you his last charges, and then you'll know exactly what I mean. Um, here it is. His charges. Hold on a second. I know that one of the charges was torture. So let me put up my little banners here so I'm not triggering anyone. Here we go. Um, this was what he turned out to look like. She is an awesome human being. Yes, same here. Well, wait till you hear the charges. I'm going to read them to you. Um, they explained them on another show called Sarcasm, where they said that he held the victim down, doused him with gasoline, and set him on fire, and left him in an abandoned building after he had been tortured. So, felony drugs, weapons. Let's see here. 8 felonies. Love after lockup. Doug Howard adds felony torture and more to charges. Love after lockup. Reality TV star. Let's see. Is it going to tell me anything else? Is it going to tell me anything else? It says play the recording, so I'm trying to play it. Processing article. What does that even mean?
Love after lockup. Doug Howard adds felony torture and more. Former Love After Lockup star Doug Howard is in even hotter water than initially anticipated. He had several charges under his belt when he was arrested in August of this year. Now it appears more is being tacked on while he is still currently incarcerated. From Love After Lockup to Back in Lockup. Viewers first met Doug in the most recent season of LAL. He had married former Marine turned engineer Rachel while he was still behind bars. She admitted she had a thing for inmates and was instantly drawn to him upon seeing his photo. They began chatting and instantly connected. She eventually took his son, Dougie Jr., in as his mother could no longer care for him. Rachel was there with.
Okay, we're going to stop right there so I don't get a strike. And to pretty much start the conversation or dialogue about what I'm talking about, she meets him online. Yes, hey, hey, Sugar Pie. I think these women who reach out to prisoners have a fantasy about being the savior and they can swoop in and heal them. Do you see that in chat when I go way back to being a tiger and then to now? Do you see that in chat? Women falling desperately in love with these men that, we're talking are narcissist predators, egocentric predators. Am I right? Gypsy, you're live. Yay, give me a minute to get situated. Okay. Take your time. I'm glad you're here. She's a sweetie. And I feel like they're totally over romantic, and they don't even like look what happened to Mary on Sister Wives. It turned out to be a woman who was posing to be a man with a beard. I mean, you can be anybody on the internet, right? Which is another reason why I show y'all my face. This is me. I'm always going to be raw. This is me. This is me. This is me. You'll like some parts of me and you'll love some parts of me. Kind of like how I feel about me. There's some parts to love and there's some parts that I hate. Such is life. Here we are. That's why we're human and not godly. Right? He is Alpha and Omega, one God. I am not God. They fantasize these men are superheroes, and it's not a cape they are wearing, it's a huge red flag. You are so right. Yes, exactly. And even after they're discovered, um, like L'Oreal and Ernie over there, no one, he's admitted to XYZ, this, that, and the other thing. And she still will wholeheartedly lay in front of the train for him. Why are American women so desperate? Is it the same way like over there, Sugar Pie? Why does my mic sound bad? I'm gonna play with my mic from hello.
Hello. Let me out of the basement.
Hello. 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 That's a little better. Yeah, I think I had a high pitch or something for a minute. Okay, so you might be is it like this over in Scotland where the women are not just women. I mean, look at that guy Deontay. I'm sorry, Deontay, I know we're friends on Facebook. No, we're friends on Insta. And they became friends with Rachel. Deontay and Rachel became friends. Why are we so lonely and desperate in America? And I'm seeing it, and I'm saying this because there's a new kid on the block who's recently become available, who shall remain nameless. We all know who it is. Um, some like pop music, some like metal, and some like there he is. Okay, so without saying his name, there's his name. Uh, be careful. Is the point? You know, my daughter would still be here if she hadn't met the wrong guy, right? And how many times has that happened, right? Predators, people who are on the prowl like a cat, right? Constantly dripping from the tongue for their next victim. And all I'm saying is vet these people as good as you do your makeup, you know? Vet these people as good as you do your vacuum cleaner, okay? I don't think we're doing that. Or we would not be seeing these cases day in and day out of the boyfriend or girlfriend who has been left to babysit. And they take it to a level that is, you don't come back from. You don't come back from that. And there are two crimes in the state of North Carolina that you will get the death penalty for. One is aggravated murder and aggravated rape. So when you use a handgun, a knife, a stun gun, if you use a weapon during the course of that rape, you get the death penalty if it's pursued by the prosecutor. Just thought I'd throw that out there. So some things you can't apologize out of, right? So I'm thinking let's vet these folks that we're allowing to come into our home. We look and look and look and oh my goodness, I'm not going to hire them to come steam clean my carpet. Why so and so said this about them. Let's make sure these people that we're allowing around our children and in our home, like Doug and Rachel and those scenarios. And I don't know if you're following Pink Warrior the recent season. I'm seeing red flags with this guy that Taylor is with, Chance Pitt. He makes me feel uncomfortable from the very beginning. The way he tried to control her, and that might be the way the edit is supposed to make you sway. But you know, as a mother and someone who has lived suppressed under a man's thumb, that sucks. And I don't think that she needs him. It's sort of I don't know, maybe a trauma bond between them. I'm not getting it, but I fear those sorts of that doesn't look like it's going to go in a good. And those children, those girls that are in the mix of it, I could be totally wrong, but I see the red flags. You know, gambling with rent money, that sort of thing. Don't live a life like that. Don't wake up 20 years later and still be in a rut because you thought love was the way. They fantasize these men are superheroes. Yes. Yes. My sister dated one person in jail, in prison. How did that go? I don't think so, but it's a wee place and people will shame women for bad behavior. So, like, if a woman is a wee bit promiscuous, she's shamed. You know what they call that over here? Empowered. hmm Isn't that ridiculous? They call it empowered. If you walk around with your, you know, whatever's your tatas out, they call it empowered. And you shouldn't be looking at me sexually. But I should also make clear I'm not from a city, so I don't know. Florida just passed a law that the death penalty will be applied to people. That is fantastic. That's awesome. That's awesome. No, I work a double shift on Friday, so I missed it. Oh, okay. No, Gypsy, my sister only dates men in jail or prison. Why? I want to interview her. Will she let me interview her? Why? Why? They're not faithful in there either. And they can be druggies and thuggies in there too. Why? Why? I want to interview her. I don't understand that. Yeah, if you were to watch this new season, he just there's actually two couples that people are feeling that way about, and me specifically, because there's like little kids involved, is the Chance and Taylor situation. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to have that on, but why are we so like pathetic like that, y'all? Pink, that is awesome. I'm totally for the death penalty. Yes, absolutely. So that's DeSantis, right? He's DeSantis is Florida, right? Eating my lunch. I'm never gonna understand that. Would your sister let me interview her? I mean, when I'll tell you when I started to notice it. Was the Menendez brothers? Do y'all remember the Menendez brothers? They were good looking, and they were in my age range. And so I was thinking to myself, if I was at the club, yeah, if I was at the club, yeah, sure, but not at the courthouse. you know, scribble down your number because I would love to date you, holler at you when I come off tour. As JC says, big pimpin' in the NYC. I can't, if you ever got locked up, let me ask this. Um, oh, you don't speak, I understand. Let me read this. Not have children. Oh, I see. Pink Warrior says, my sister could not have children, so I believe it's a mother need. She's a nurturer. She believes she can change them. How sad. But I can totally see that. I can see that. If you're born with that nurturing instinct and you don't have anything to project it to, I can dig it. Sugar pie, absolutely agree. But if I were the president, I would, well, yes, I get you. Though, what they use in the military, I think it was in the 60s and before, they called it soft peat or something like that. And it was a chemical castration. Now, they've tried Depo-Provera, and I believe it was Diane Sawyer did a 2020 segment on it. And she went and asked these prisoners who were doing this study, And they said, yes, I would still want to molest, even though I don't get physically, you know, that I would still want to. The desire, their obsessive thinking, their deviance, they the drive is still there. So cutting it off wouldn't do no good. Hmm. Hey, everyone here listening, fixing to get a shower and get to work. I'll chat as I can. Okay, Hank, I'm totally on board with that. I like the way you think. Yep. So, if you were locked up, hey Jimmy, maybe you're a good one to ask this. If y'all were ever locked up, would y'all seek love outside? For some noodles? Would you be nice to five different people to get five noodles? I mean, would you? Would you write love letters to five different people so that they would put money on your account? Would you do that? I'm serious, totally serious. Think about it. You're in there, and your mate here, your cellmate, is eating a honey bun. You ain't had a honey bun in a minute, and all you got to do is write Billy Bob, and I love you too, and he'll send you some honey buns. Would you do it? Would you fake love for honey buns? Sugar pie? I think just by your name you should. I am not here. Everyone needs a honey bun. I get it. But seriously, it can get dangerous when you give them your address, like the real one, not your P.O. box, and you let them come into your home. That's where it gets. That's where it gets like past honey buns, right? I mean, a honey bun is a honey bun, but then when you get out, you know what I mean? Why not save the stamp money for your honey bun? Interesting. How much are honey buns? Needs was. He said no. No, no matter how bad you want a honey bun, you wouldn't give a okay, I love you. Yeah, hell no. No, because that would be sacrificing your values and right. So what's he say? The last time I was in prison, I knew I was in there till I was getting out. Yeah. So would you start a relationship with someone who is willing to put money on your books? I mean, you're literally pimping yourself out. For lack of a better term, for honey buns and love, fake love that you don't consider. I guess out of the sake of loneliness, would you do that like these guys do on Love After Lockup? Would you use that as it's a scam any way you look at it? Lying to someone about your love for them, no matter if it is for a honey bun. Excuse me. Baba, what? That's right. Mm-mm. Yeah, because you're compromising your morals. Hmm. But just said, yeah, it's a scam because you're pretending to be in love with someone for monetary needs, right? And that is sort of the definition of a scammer, right? So, He's got to get his oxygen tank out of the van. Okay, we'll be right here. So I guess, when people do get lonely and they are looking for love literally in the wrong places, and they aren't scamming, they really do want love and a honey bun, just happens to come with it. Um, which is too bad because when they get out, they can't behave. Um, it kind of goes back to reform, prison reform, right? When we date people that are risky, like Dr. Phil has said, every time you add someone new to the house, you have to remember all the relatives and buddies and coworkers that one person has now been added to a potential person to come in contact with your child. Let's say there's a company picnic. Let's say there's Thanksgiving. All the uncles, the aunts, the nephews, the nieces, the buddies that come with them, everyone that person is associated with could be a potential predator to that child. And he made me not want to date till my children turned 18. I'm serious. But he was right. And the statistics are there. Just Google them because I did. And you are really opening up your home to a lot of potential problems and not necessarily a predator. What if he's a thief? Like this guy Chance with Taylor. He's literally ruining her credit. He's out here, running up credit cards, applying for credit cards, and then he maxes them out and goes gambling. And to me, that and put the twin sister out in the garage. Um, you know, mm. And don't forget the criminal past that comes with them. Exactly. And their fines and the POs that are in your life and all, right? Um, you're opening up your door to a predator when you involve yourself in a relationship with someone who is behind bars or has been behind bars or should be behind bars, right? A vetting process. What would a vetting process look like to you guys? What would you do to, let's say, you bought a phone? You would read reviews, right? Where can we get reviews from people when we're meeting them that we know are viable people that we can believe, respect, and trust that they're telling us the truth. That's hard too online, isn't it? So it really got me thinking. It really got me thinking that you know uh, as things are occurring in our daily lives, how many times you come in contact with someone that is a potential predator. And I would think that most places would be where they would prey on the woman or the single man first. You gain their respect first, and then you move on to the children, right? That's how it seems to be for me. Let's see if Sarah wants to come up for a minute. Does anybody want to come up? And I'll drop a link. I find that very interesting that I always read the reviews on people. You get a background check and you stalk their social. Yeah, that's the smartest thing to do for me. That's worked for me is sleuthing their social media. And if you don't know how to sleuth someone, you would go to a photo and you see who has liked that photo, and you'll get a list this long of people. Most of the time, they're family members, and boom, there you go. If they don't want to share any personal information with you, like kids, family, work life in general, yes. Or they won't let you see their house, right? Or they never cam up, right? That kind of makes you look suspicious when you're dating. Not like, in your work or school, I can understand that. But when you're dating, you should want to cam up. You should want me to see your lamp, your table, your cat, your dog, and when someone doesn't cam up, that usually does, that makes me wonder, what are you hiding? I don't care who you are. It does. It makes me wonder, what are you hiding? I brought these out, sugar pie, in case Jimbo came over. I was gonna put on the hat. I think the other one will probably look better. Let's see. How does this go? So we like hats at the stand, right? My floppy hat. This is for when I read Gone with the Wind. We like hats at the stand, don't we? If they lie about their children, they will lie about everything to everyone. Yeah. Yeah. You know what really got me? We love hats at the stand. Yeah, I like the second one. The other one, I have my hair clip on, and this isn't big enough for my hair clip. So I look weird. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Or like, I've had guys hide their employer, or they've hidden. I'm gonna be honest with you. My first husband really was living in Gastonia, and he told me he was living in Charlotte because he didn't want to tell me that he was living in Gastonia because it's a rough place. Uh, Tends to be violent and had a bad reputation during that year. I think it was 92, 93, 94, something like that. They were in the news for not so great stuff. And so things like that. Like he always wanted to do things at my house. And that we lived an hour and a half away from each other. And so finally I was like, I want to see where you live. And by then, I think I already was engaged to him by the time he finally showed me where he lived. And when he showed it to me, he had gutted the kitchen. There weren't any appliances that you could use. We had to grill out because he was redoing the kitchen. And but anyway, it was just kind of funny, the things that you hide when you're trying to impress someone, right? I came in and thought you were putting a bedpan on your head from the angle of a shot. That's so funny. Oh, I'm trying to show support for Jimbo's hat. So I said, we like hats. I think they're stylish. I love hats, actually. Jimbo and Kemper have so much of my respect and how they have handled the situation. They not only have a voice to the voiceless, but they have offered safe respect. Yeah, totally. All survivors. That's so funny. Yeah, so Never Silent, we were talking about like I just threw out the Menendez brothers, how women, will be preyed upon and unfortunately taken advantage of and scammed. Um, and we were just sort of talking about how does that even happen? How are you even to that point where you think that you can change someone or you can love it away or um, I don't know why. I mean, to me, it opens your home up to a predator and then to your children and then to like the Letitia Staunch case that we're covering. Um, and she's doing this in the courtroom and is pleading insanity. Are you for real? I don't think that's gonna work out. I think we figured you out, right? So that's a couple of my hats. I love hats. I need to put like I put coconut oil on my hair when it's frizzy. I haven't done it yet, and now it's frizzy. Goes this way, okay. Yeah, so self esteem is about self esteem and the fact that no one is encouraging people these days. Those who have support are not as open to allowing others in to fulfill the emptiness. That's interesting. You know, my siblings and I have been through it, and we aren't as close as you would think that we would be. And I'll tell you why I am not close to my siblings. It's too painful. When I'm around, I think, oh, I can't wait. And then when I am, I start remembering really painful things that happened to us. And then it's, I want to run. My fight or flight kicks in and I want to run. I can't help it. I don't want it to be that way, but it does. So it's like I try to stay in touch with them, because I love them and everything like that. But when I'm around them, it does remind me of, not such, boy, it's getting lopsided, not such good times. So the abuser reels you in with their charisma and charm. Two, isolation from your family and friends. Three, introduce the violence and your reaction. That's so true. I was just saying to Sarah the other day, I think it was Sarah, maybe it was Sugar Pie. A tree, if you could make me laugh, I would want to go out with you. There was a point in time, if you could make me laugh, I was attracted to you. Yeah, if you didn't make me laugh, forget it. You didn't have a chance. You got to be able to make me laugh. Yeah, but that's so true. That's where I get. Hey, oh, you got it. That's great. I'm so happy. I was hoping it would come soon. Putting coconut oil on my hair so it ain't so frizzy, man. Y'all see that? I didn't realize how humid it was here in North Carolina. I'm so glad you got it. I'm glad you like it. Awesome. My kids are very close to their bond is super strong. My son will not do anything without his sister. She even took him to her school dance before homeschooling. They don't look for outsiders. I understand that. Yeah. She says, "Oh yeah, the funny guys are the panty droppers." That's so funny, but it's the truth. You have to have charisma, right? Like she said, and good wit, right? That's kind of how Bundy got away with so much. He had charisma. He knew how to work a room and smile, and he was good at face to face interviews with people, and you know, that's awesome. I'm so glad you got it. You know, when you think about really goofy guys like Adam Sandler, you know, and all the women he's dated, or like Jim Carrey, he's dated some really pretty women. Um, and like what's her name, McCarthy, Jenny McCarthy. She's real hot, but she's comedic, right? Um, yeah. So, and like Ellen DeGeneres, she was at one time really funny, and they always had a date, right? Or like Pete Davidson. Look, that's a perfect example. Pete Davidson. You'll see how tame it is now. It's because of the coconut oil. I must have ethnic hair. I think my brother said we were 5% Senegal, Africa. So that must be my hair. I'll take it. All right, let's see. I get a lot of heat because my kids regarding not normal kids running the town, sneaking out. They only go to their older siblings' home, but I've never been called to principal's office, never had a cop knock. It's not that I don't allow it. If my son said he wanted to go to the skate park, I'd let him, but his sister wouldn't want to, so he would just stay home. If your hair gets static, rub it with tinfoil. I've been using this coconut oil that I got, and it really tames my hair and smells so good, and I use it on my skin. Hey, Curiosity. Good to see ya. Sugar pie, now that is just going to give people a reason to wear tea. You're so funny. Yeah, I use this coconut oil, and it really tames it, and it smells good. Gets tangles out so it doesn't hurt my scalp when I brush it. I mean, sometimes I can like literally break a brush trying to get tangles out, and I use a little bit of coconut oil. Y'all saw me do it, and it goes right through it now. When I first, came home, my hair was a big old bush, wasn't it? And then I put that hat on, so I put this coconut oil in it, and now my wig is good. Right? It's a little bit of coconut oil, a little bit of grease. And it's not wild. And it smells so good. I love coconut oil. How just a couple of drops, really. Yeah, just a few drops, and it smells so good. My husband got it at beauty supply store. It wasn't Sally's. It was a different one. I want to say it was Eco something local to us, and it's 99% natural coconut hair oil because it was starting to hurt to brush it. Yeah. Excuse me. That's okay. I was just talking about putting coconut oil in my hair. I use the Cantu Mexican product. Oh, really? Hmm. How's it smell? Because this makes me want to go to the beach. Every day I put it in my hair and I'm like, man, I'll go to the beach. I ought to go lay out today. It's like pouring down rain. You started using Gagne Whole Blends Black Charcoal. I like the honey. I use that too, and I use the honey. Love it. When I was in Ocala, the water is very hard. It made my hair brittle. I might have to put my hair up then. Hey, hey. I do. I love coconut oil. It makes it soft and it smells like the beach. I love it. That's okay. My wig is still sticking up there, isn't it? I'm trying to get it shoved down in this. I put that hat on and it's like the hair was all big. There's Sarah. It's just so funny. I love coconut oil. I use it on my dogs. Oh, that's so smart. I wish I'd thought about that. When they get cracked, that's a great idea. Hmm. It smells amazing. One daughter has derma and she can't use lotion or anything, but she uses the Cantu cream and it don't affect. Wow. I'm gonna try that. You want a link and come up for a minute? We were talking about love after lockup and letting predators around your children, like Dougie and Rachel. They're people from Love After Lockup. But it goes for, the topic and the drama community too. Goes for that too. And like Letitia Staunch and she was the girlfriend who babysat Gannon, who became his wife, and she had, they said she had jealousy issues and just she was begrudgingly watching him. And Rachel and Gannon's father are both military people, and you would think that they would be right thinkers who would do the due diligence of vetting these people. And we were talking about what is your vetting process when you meet people that are going to be in your daily life. It can be a serviceman. What is your vetting process when you let someone come in and say steam clean your carpet? I dropped it for you. It almost seems like we vet for services more than we do in our private life. And Pink Warrior had some good. She does a background check on them, and then she goes to social media and sleuths them, which is smart. Yeah. Don't forget to leave your DNA. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah. So it was just sort of we're just sort of talking about that. Maybe we need to be more cognizant of who, and yet, like we said, you can be like with sister wives, you could be posing as anything on the internet when you don't show your face, right? You could be posing as anything. I won't even let the landlord come into the house he owns. And if a plumber comes in, my kids stay in my room with the meanest dog. Yeah. So what about dating? Do you date? Do you talk to people online? You don't have to answer that for yourself. You can definitely vicariously live through someone else if you want to, and say, because like I'm not single, I'm married, but like I totally would sleuth them online just because I'm nosy. And I would sleuth them the minute they sent me a DM, and that's the truth. If they look like if I'm on Instagram and I get a DM, which I do all the damn time, oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, you caught my eye. And then I go to their account and they've never posted a thing. I know. I know it's either a bot or a scammer or someone in Nigeria. You know what I mean? Never. I have two big dogs just in case someone gets past the first one. I hear you. So you don't date. You don't like bring people home from the club. Club. That was like a thing. When my kids were growing up. I mean, is meeting people at the club, right? I have 21 years with my husband and no need to date. Oldest home is 17 and my son is 14. Neither one of them want to even think about dating. My four older ones are married, but that's because I thought it said my 4-year-old is married for a minute. It's like you're 17 and 14-year-old, but the 4-year-old got married. That's how I read it from the.
Oh, is this sound working good?
I can
Sound
turn
sounds
it up.
funny to me. I'm just wondering if everyone can hear me clearly.
Is that
Yeah,
better?
I believe in dogs. I definitely believe in dogs for protection for women. Definitely. It's a good idea.
When you're vetting though, what is your vet? I always go sleuth social media, like Pink Warrior said. What do you do to vet someone?
I haven't had to vet anyone, you know, when you think about it.
But if you did, let's say you and I
I would
went to the
probably
club.
I would probably look for the I would probably look for the signs and the symbols, you know. Now I know. Now I know what to look for, and you see all this crap happening. But,
Hold on,
I do
hold
have
on just a second.
Remember, if you think they're onto you, give us the signal. You remember the signal? That's right.
Okay, just in case anyone forgot. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right. I was just kind of flipping through this. I forget what I was talking about.
What would be a sign?
I would probably, you know what? It's actually everyone should be paranoid now because look at how we all just got tricked, hoodwinked,
That's exactly
Um,
what I'm talking
the,
about.
the stuff was already out there. We already looked and then we got smooth talked over that and we all wanted to get along. It was peaceful. It was great. I thought, oh, shows how
Amen.
much I know. I thought, man, I'm seeing some growth in him. And then I started like, you're growing on me, Rap. So I started thinking, maybe he's grown, having some growth because I've been watching for people, that I think have growth and give them another chance, etc. And I guess I got tricked. You just never know.
Pink, Pink Warrior wants to make sure we understand that she is off the market. Just to be clear, I was suggesting the sleuthing online for others. I'm married. Please do not DM me. Okay, go ahead,
You got it,
Sarah.
Jim.
I'm sorry.
Met twice, but at once. Dogs are an excellent judge of character.
Jimmy says hello,
Yeah,
Sarah.
yeah. What's up, Jimmy?
He said measure it twice, cut it once. I
Sugar
think
pie
a
got it.
red flag would be like my first husband would not show me where he lived. We always dated at my house.
Yeah, that's a big red flag. Absolute big red flag. He could have been living in a car, hiding something, living with mom. It could have been a lot of things.
Going through a
Things that
divorce.
things they didn't want you to see. That was a sign and a symbol right there.
Mm-hmm.
Today's world, sugar pie, you do got to be careful. But you got a few dogs, don't you? Like 3 dogs. It looks like they'd whoop some ass. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that.
She says, I've spent years single and liked it like that. I liked it being single too. I really did. It was like, we can hang out and all, but you got to go home. You got to take your shoes. You don't have to go to your house, but you got to go. You know? I know, because, like, I might want to, you know, I just like my space.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
I got used to,
I love
playing
being
my
alone.
playing my music, which is I like a lot of R&B, and a lot of people don't. It
Mhm.
gets on their nerves, and in the '80s when I was clubbing, and the '90s when I was clubbing, it was that groove music, like Guy or what I mean,
Oh, I know what you mean with the music. My family took.
TLC or
Yep.
Whitney Houston,
Yeah, you like that.
yeah, and Mariah Carey, and it gets on their
Yep.
nerves. So
Yeah,
it's like,
I
why
got
don't
this.
you, it's like, why don't you go on home then?
All the get-togethers here is always country, just country, the same list, the same stuff, and that's what it does to me. Only because I have so many other. I like a lot of different, music. It's always the same.
Because me and Mariah go back like babies and pacifiers.
I found a pacifier on the beach.
It's from a song of hers. Sugar pie, not all of us are the same. Well, maybe that is because some of us are gay, but nonetheless, not all of us are in it just for that.
But it does seem like that to a lot of women, and I know I feel like men, women, like a lot of us might feel like that, especially if you've been maybe more so if you've been I don't want to say the word victim, but you know what I mean, or if you've had any trauma or assault, you're more on edge. I don't want to say paranoid necessarily, but you know what I mean, you're gonna feel like you got to check things out a little better, I think.
I love this, Pink Warrior. She says another red flag is it's all the ex's fault for the breakup when they blame
Mm,
it all on the ex.
that's true.
I even had one tell me, "Oh, my counselor told me I should cheat." Bullshit. Ain't no counselor. Where did you meet this counselor? The wild? I mean, give me a break. Give me a break.
Hey, barking. No barking. I'm on a live barking.
Two big Japanese Akitas in use, and a little dog that will tear you limb by limb. What about online? What is your vetting, and how do you protect yourself online? Because, like Mary from Sister Wives, she was talking to a woman the whole time, pretending to be a guy. She fell in
Oh
love
my
with something
word.
that didn't even exist.
Oh, so she got deceived, deception.
She
That's easy.
sure did.
That must
Catfish.
be painful. That's not right.
Because, like they said in a chat over in Constance's, you can be anybody you want to be when you're online
That
and you're not
that comment.
showing your face.
I just started joining when that comment took place, and it hit me up.
And it really got me thinking, damn.
I missed a lot of it though. I was a little bit confused when I got there.
They can bring a toothbrush and deodorant, no overnight bag. Well, I'm almost at Walmart. Got to take my fishing rod. Oh, that's awesome. That is fantastic, Jimmy. All right, we'll see you in a minute. Have fun in Walmart. Yep, I'm the one out of the most 10. I getcha. Yes, I respect that. I have trouble keeping up with myself. I never understand how someone can play like they are someone. I would think it would be too.
Yeah.
I don't have the energy for that. I'm too flaky.
I have a relative that kind of does that deception thing, and I'm not going to lie about it. Like, because they're not on here or anything, and it's not like I'm saying their name, but it's been a frustrating battle with me trying to stop it, you know? And it's almost like, what would you call it? Like that catfish show. And that seems to be their hobby, and it's not right. And I'm constantly having to, like, assist
And
in
they
that.
think it's so funny,
It's
right?
not their amusement, and I'm tired of it. And I don't like to see that it causes other people pain.
Toying
Pisses,
with others' emotions.
pisses me off. I'm tired of dealing with it. But I will
Southern
stop.
Yankee says, I'd rather not see your face. Please forgive me.
I hear you.
Says it's okay. Put the avatar on, please, now.
You going to Walmart? Have
There.
fun. Just
Is
saw
that
that.
better? You know, it is a good topic, though. When you met your husband, would you vet him better now than you did then?
No, I was very cautious. I was super
Good.
cautious as a teen, and I almost always never, everyone around me had, their boyfriends and stuff, and I was just too cautious of men from, maybe it had to do with trauma and stuff, but I was like not the one, like go partying with everyone and everyone would have that extra drink and then sneak off in the corner with, what I mean? I was always
Mhm.
the girl that was watching everyone going, oh, hell no, you ain't getting me. You know what I mean?
I misread your post there, Jimmy. I thought you said you were going to get your fishing rod. I'm sorry. So it looks like he's having to return it to get food. That sucks.
I got a couple things I got to return too. Thanks for reminding me. It happens.
I know. When we overspend, I hate that. So
Well,
it won't.
all the food's screwing everybody up. I think one problem, and then the energy's rising the bill, the freaking electricity bills and shit stuff. Excuse me.
Like I said before, if they don't share any personal details or stuff they've done, kids, family, work, if they make themselves look amazing, they're lying.
Yep, that's true. It's a good point.
I'm going to ask something, but I can't go into a lot of detail about it as far as myself goes because I've had to sign a non disclosure. Have you ever had this happen to you at work?
Are you talking to me?
Everybody in chat and you?
Had what happen
I
at work?
can't talk about it, but y'all can.
Okay. Is it something on the screen? Had what happen at work? The people
This sort
approaching.
of where you thought you were working with someone reputable only to either be assaulted by, be approached
Oh,
by,
okay. Yes, I have.
be harassed by, be disrespected by. Have you ever had that happen to you on the
I
job?
I have, yes. And my manager did know of it. I went right to her and she was livid. She turned red as a lobster and she immediately filed a harassment form for me and sent them home. So, yes.
And you were happy with the results, and they left you alone.
Oh, they sure damn well did.
Okay.
It was mostly like, it was one guy started out one saying one thing and then another joined in and then they just made inappropriate type comments. And one of them, I think I'm allowed to say this, one of them included having a golden, are you allowed to say golden shower?
Mhm. Mhm.
Stuff like that, or making comments like that to me. Yep.
I wish I could talk about my kids.
I was a, I was a teenager. and I was pretty much a spitfire, and I would have fought any of them in a second because I had done it already. I would have
When
took
I
all
look
three of
when I look back at myself, I feel so like I was so la 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 la, because I do have ADHD, and I feel
them.
like that sometimes my mental illness put me in scenarios that I wouldn't have normally have been in.
Hmm. Hmm.
And like I may have been, a good time party chick because I was single
Hmm.
and I put myself in situations that I shouldn't have.
Hmm.
Um, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
And
yeah.
so when I say that, I'm not victim blaming myself. I'm just saying I wish that I had. Well, my dad taught me to always be aware of your surroundings, and there were
Mm.
times when I trusted so much that I let my guard down. That's what I'm trying to say.
I understand that completely, and I was in such fear of being taken advantage of by a guy that I was over the top cautious, and like when everyone would have that extra drink or whatever, like I said, and going and making out with this dude or whatever, I was the one watching everything, and people would say, "Oh, here, have this" or whatever. It just didn't work on me. Wouldn't work. I was not having any of it.
I was drinking yours for you. That's
Yeah. No, I was over the top watching like you mother MFers aren't getting me, kind of thing.
Pink Warrior says I resigned. This was years ago when things were swept under the rug. Hmm. Sugar Pie says you're disgusting.
Well, they were making comments asking me if I enjoyed it and stuff like that. Two of the guys, first it was one, second one joined in.
Yeah. Okay. What's golden about it other than right? I know.
Who
I mean,
wouldn't? Hey, whatever your thing, I just can't
I know.
get can't.
Did you know that Jackie Gleason liked women to poop on him? He wrote about it in his book.
Oh my, I just can't.
And
I
he had
can't.
a special coffee table where he would
Oh my,
crawl under the coffee table and it was glass and he would watch them.
oh wow.
True story.
Haven't heard anything like that before. I'm horrified.
Okay, I'm going to read this. Never Silent says, my boss wanted me as a side piece, and when I refused, I now don't get paid half the time. He expects me to do my job and other people's jobs, and he obsessed. Like, I would out him right here on us. Back what I went through, oh my lord, I would hit
And
social media.
totally inappropriate, but judge only for the fact that I don't understand the position you're in, and sometimes when you have a family and if you're even just the only provider, you might feel stuck, and that's probably what a lot of people that could happen to, especially if they're single or living alone. And that might
Sometimes
be
it
oh.
takes, public embarrassment and shame and going back to throwing rocks at you in the middle of the town square to get people to act right.
Hmm.
You know, she said he made me work on my birthday by lying, saying he fired someone, even though I work all holidays willingly with just my birthday. As a no, I've been looking at a different job though. Good.
Everything you just stated to me sounds like enough to file a report and even a court case,
Mm-hmm.
but I can understand how that could be frightening. So I
Yeah,
wouldn't like judge or anything like that, but it sounds like you have a lawsuit to me if that kind of stuff is happening.
I would so out them. This day and age, we're in 2023, people. You
Yeah.
don't get away with that kind of crap now. This isn't
So,
the 90s. This is
sounds like bullying
2023.
bullying too.
It is. It really is. It is a form of bullying. It really, really is.
That
It's like, it's
intimidation.
sometimes, yeah, and sometimes they get on power trips. They
Hmm.
feel powerful.
Hmm.
He knows my husband is in Mexico and I'm alone with the kids. He also knows I'm the only gay guy working there, and he steps out on his wife. What a piece of crap. Quit your
Yeah, that's
job. Let me give you
That's
a
all.
job somehow.
I, I really hope.
Anybody needing work, Never Silent is definitely needing a better job.
I was hoping Never Silent could get that job Beth was talking about a while ago, but I know they had stopped taking applications for at least a month because the job was doing a big session of training for the month. They do the trainings and then it takes about a month and then they do the next batch. So, I mean, maybe you could talk to Beth about it sometime because you can work from home doing that job and it sounds like it pays really well. And maybe you could only do part time. You never know. Maybe it's time now. It has been a while.
Yeah, I
I would
would
love
check with Beth
something like
too.
that. It's perfect for someone at home homeschooling children.
Hmm.
There's got
Is
to be
that the
something.
only time that's happened to you?
Me?
Hmm.
Yeah, yep, I think so. For work, yeah.
Wow, y'all are lucky.
I mean, I
Yes,
mean,
the 80s
yeah.
people were grabbing. That's it right there. That's it. They would throw a folder down on the floor and go, "Let me watch you bend over and pick it up." Yes, Gypsy. That's
I
right,
would have,
sugar
I would have
pie.
done it in a manner that showed nothing or something, squatted like ever so slowly. I mean, heck, I got touched on the shoulder or something, just poked for somebody pissing, trying to piss me off, and I turned around and roundhoused them into the display of baseballs at Burger King. Yeah, so
Why did we take that? Why did we take that?
I don't,
I
I
think that we were so close to the Gloria Steinman days that we weren't used to having civil rights.
yeah, I think a lot of people knew, just don't go there with me. Yeah,
Like Ken still feels that women should be subservient. I can't stand that. We're 10
you
years
think
apart.
you think it
I
has to
can't.
do with the age he grew up in?
Yeah, absolutely. It
Yeah,
has to do with the
I think
his
it does have
era.
to what they
Oh,
witnessed.
that's exactly what it is.
They saw their moms, and I have magazines here from the '60s, and I mean, I could show. I'm going to show you sometime
The
some of the ads.
propaganda in magazines
Oh my
promoting
lord,
it.
that's
I know.
ridiculous! Like it's saying like,
I think that's why we took it in the 80s because that wasn't so far in the distance then.
hmm yeah, it's my brother-in-law now, Sugar Pie, but he was flat on the floor, and he's a pretty big guy. He was flat on the floor, and the baseballs were all rolling everywhere, with his mouth open, like just frozen on the ground. It was freaking awesome. Kick your ass.
Hey, JC Justice.
Uh, you know this is this topic and everything we were just talking about. She probably have some good tips about this too, where I was just saying that sounds like a lawsuit and everything. I wish you were here a little earlier. Chasen, did you just do your show? Because I forgot. I didn't get a notification. Or did you change it? Gosh, I wanted to see that. There's a lot been going on today on the tube. The tube's been busy. Oh, I got no sound.
Is it
Are
me?
you? Oh, you know what? I had the chat on and I was like, how come I don't hear anything? So I
It
just
was
put on your
me.
face.
I muted
Yeah,
myself and forgot. I'm
I
sorry.
put on your face.
And you're
I
talking
just put on your
away.
face to see if you left, and I'm like, oh, she muted herself. Sorry if I didn't notice
I
sooner.
did. I'm sorry.
No, that's all
I was
good.
just talking away.
Well, I'm glad you were scheduled. Hope your kid feels better.
Tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, allergies stink.
Hell to the no.
I've been groped and it doesn't feel good. That's right. I hated it. It started for me in elementary. It did. And I'll never forget how it started. Getting on the bus. And, if I didn't sit at the front of the bus and you'd have to walk by certain people, they would grope you on the way to your bus seat.
Oh Lord.
And
Oh man. Man, have
yeah,
times changed.
of course I didn't tell because, I was the baby of 5. She didn't have time for that shit. She was busy. So
Yeah.
my problems kind of got, buried because there was always a teenager acting out. So
Oh, I bet.
I didn't have anybody to tell, so I didn't tell. And then I
No.
remember the time it happened, and it was an adult. I was at the grocery store with my mother, and the meat guy came by us, and he groped me. It scared the crap out of me because he came out of nowhere. I thought it was just like me and my mom and my sister, and we were walking through one of the what you call it, aisles, and he came up right behind us, and it was the creepiest shit. And my mom looked at me like, "Did he just do that to you?" And I just looked at her like, "What do you want me to do?" And we just left. She grabbed my hand and we walked out of the store. I'm sure
Wow.
she called. I'm sure she called
Oh,
'cause my mom was hell on wheels. I didn't hear it, but I feel like she probably, anybody that gave her a reason to raise hell, she would jump on it. So I
oh,
can imagine she did.
that whenever it has to do with the kids, I've done a couple of the snaps.
Yeah.
Public. Yep.
Sometimes being a bitch is all we've got.
Yeah.
I kept hearing about it at home job, but I never figured out who was talking about it. Be right back. I gotta tell my daughter's sister needs to babysit a bit. Okay.
I'm talking about chasing. That's how I always was. But you know, in certain
That's me
situations.
now. But back then, we were just talking about how we just came out of the era where
Hmm.
Gloria Steinem had just waved her bra because I was born in the 70s. So
Hmm.
this happened to me in like 78,
Yeah.
79.
Oh
I
wow.
mean, she just came out and waved her bra in what, 75. So
I wasn't born yet.
yeah, I just shut my mouth. You know what I mean? And then when I got jobs that were in an office, and it started like what Sarah and Sugar Pie were talking about, how literally you just kind of have to shut up and take it because that was the era that we grew up in.
Hmm.
We were still looking in magazines where women were depicted as second class citizens.
Second class for sure. I mean, I'm gonna send you some of the pictures in this magazine I have. I mean, there are ads for women that suggest, that tell them. There was an article about how to be ready when your man comes home from work. Make sure you put on a nice lipstick, get your hair pretty, clean the house. Like it was literally saying all this to be ready for when they come home from work and give them a massage. It was all ridiculous. I'm like, is this real? This is from the 60s.
Hey, chaotic.
Chaotic.
Sugar Pie says sometimes we don't say anything because we don't want someone to get unalive.
That's true. Every situation's different. For a cause of fight.
There's Constance. Hey, great live today. You did great and we support you.
Yeah, I came in after it was already like an hour or something, and I honestly was a bit confused, but I just tried to go with the flow. Just try to go with the
Sarah
flow.
missed the disco era. Yes, she did.
Yeah.
You also missed the folk songs, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I might have heard some as a baby. I don't know.
Constance, hey, honey bunny. You missed Would You Write an Inmate for Honey Bun Money? No, no, no.
Uh,
If you were locked up, would you write someone on the outside just for honey bun money?
if I was in there and I want,
Yes.
oh, I
And
would
you
write
want some
anyone.
honey bun. You want
I want I want the ramen and the honey buns because that's jailhouse currency. You can use that stuff
but
to get
you would
stuff.
be a scammer, Sarah.
I would write to someone for a honey bun. I need food. I need sustenance.
I saw sugar pie honey
Write
bun.
any, you didn't say I have to write anything bad. You just said right.
Yeah, like let them fall in love with you for honey buns.
Well, that's a different story. But it also there's a lot of variables. Am I there for life? Am I there for a year? If I'm there for life, I got nothing to lose because I'm not gonna. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
let's
There shouldn't
talk
be.
about this. Let's say you're there for 18 months And all of the cool girls are eating honey buns, but you don't have any because nobody is putting money on your books. But you've got all these potentials in your DM wanting to send you honey bun money just to tell them sweet nothings in their ear for a year and a half. Do you
Okay, so
tell them sweet nothings for a honey bun?
okay, you've painted a better picture for me now. I might decline this honey bun writing letters for the 18 months because you put a whole new perspective. What I think I would do is use my skills for that 18 months and get myself some honey buns in other ways, such as jailhouse artwork. I could tear up the sheets and draw some pictures, and I could trade those for some honey buns. I'll figure out a way to survive.
So Cheryl
I don't
and I
need your
were the
fake love.
same age,
I'll get my shit
right?
honey buns.
You don't even fake love.
18 months will fly by.
Yeah, I don't think that I could lie to somebody like that. Just for buns and then like write to five of them at the same time. I mean, these guys on Love After Lockup, they're talking to multiples, and carrying on this facade.
I
And
don't know this
you're
show.
openly, oh, let me show you my daughter, and then they got him calling him daddy, and they ain't never even met. And then
Wow.
and it's all just bullshit. And then when they get out, they're like, "Can y'all believe he'd be doing me this way?" Yes, yes, we believe it. Yes, you know, a person can only survive on bologna and hard bread for so
Oh,
long. Bring on the honey buns.
can't even
I
touch the
love
bone.
you. How you
I have to use a
doing?
fork.
I love you. You so pretty. You so pretty.
It just reminds me of the
Platform machine.
extra thick hot dogs sliced up. Ugh.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like what they say Ernie does is he kind of prostitutes himself out for honey buns. Like, I'll send you a picture of my chest if you send me some honey bun money.
But you never know, what the future holds, and there might be a need for honey buns.
If I was in jail, I'd be there for something very interesting, and everyone would want to write me to get the exclusive book or movie deal.
Just, just saying.
Woo! All right. Oh, I remember the '90s going through a platform about bottom sound. Yeah, when they brought it back, I was bummed out because I love, like, what do they call them? The skinny jeans now.
I
Yeah,
don't
I,
like
don't, I,
it,
I
and I
hate
like.
bell bottoms.
I
You do?
love the flare. Bring on the flare. I'd
Yeah.
rather have that. This '80s, this era with the pants looking the way they do. When I see all the kids wearing them, I'm like, why? It's not flattering. Those high waists. I think it's a bad look. I want it to go.
He said his
So,
cat is helping him. Right. That's hilarious. I'll
uh,
be back. Nature is calling. Okay. I got first chance. Okay. Chaotic is going to do the movie.
hmm.
Yeah, they had a comeback in the '90s. The bell bottoms.
Yeah.
What do they call the
I mean,
Jinkos and all
I
that?
don't like the crazy ones. I just like a little bit of flare, a little bit of boot cut. I just don't like those. The tight pants feel too constrictive on the legs. Yeah.
I love that because I wear boots a lot. So
I mean, if I have a boot on, I guess that's a different story. But
I wanted the Madonna bell bottoms she wore. I like those too, but those are more kind of like mermaid. They're kind of mermaid.
the mermaid ones are a little much for me. Yeah, the mermaidish ones. But you know, huh,
I'm
I
going
can
to
picture.
write a book and then wait for the best offer of a movie deal. All right. What would y'all write a book about if y'all wrote one today? If you started one today, what would it be about?
I actually have considered that. My brother just published a book, and he's on his second one. And I was pretty surprised. He just called me up, and was like, "Oh, I got a book." I'm like, "What?" But
Awesome.
I can't give details on here for certain reasons, unfortunately. But
Right.
yeah, it's
Can't
pretty.
plug
It's
it
all
for them.
it's poetry, and it's very good.
Me too, chasing.
I just it makes me look like my legs are chopsticks, you know. I think, you
Oh,
know.
look at this funny. I hear you. Poetry in motion.
I wear them
You
with
see
my
what
ride,
seems.
but I mean, I have some. It's just I don't like. I wear 2 pairs of pants every day. That's the problem. I don't like the extra tight on my legs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I've
she
done
says,
that too
yeah.
with the stocking. I've done that and made mine more flare. I have done that, cut at the seam. I've done a lot of alterations, and I have a mannequin for sewing. What's up, Coco?
Hey, Coco. Do you like bell bottoms or skinny jeans, Coco? Sage. Two pairs at once. Yeah, what's the deal with the two pairs at once?
I wear 2 pairs of pants at least like around 8 months of the year because I get cold. So I wear leggings under my jeans every day, and then sometimes I even have on snow pants. So 3 pairs. Yeah, I get cold.
It's cold where you are then.
I mean, it's not super cold. It was just 80 recently. I mean, and we had a beautiful week all week. You know, towards the end of like last week, I was at the beach every day. But
Yeah.
it was unexpected. Now it's not. Let me see what it says. Actually, now you got me
I want to
curious.
ask Coco and
60.
everybody else that just came in. Chaotic, I don't know that you got to answer this or not, but if you're in prison, let's just say, let love after lockup, you're in jail, and would you join a dating site so that you can get honey buns and noodles? Would you like fake a relationship with someone
On the
for
outside,
for honey
like
buns?
right to people. You had said right to people on the
Yeah,
outside and fake
yeah,
love.
yeah. Send them a picture of your knee or elbow.
I'm interested to see what people's answers are, as opposed,
She said
to
she will
my
not.
hello,
I
TN.
mean, everybody's getting money on their account, but you, and they're eating noodles and they're eating
You love
honey buns,
people love
and
their
you
skinny
ain't
jeans.
got.
I thought skinny
Yeah,
jeans were. I thought they were canceled. You can get them at thrift stores though.
she hasn't worn jeans in 10 years,
Oh, I like
so
jeans
will
every
not.
day.
Hey,
Yeah,
Leslie.
some of them have a stretch. Leslie, Tennessee
Yeah,
Rose said
yeah. Skinny
blocked.
jeans have stretch, or I wouldn't be able to wear them. Okay, TM. Chasing
Keep wearing.
Justice says, how about the kickwear jeans from the early 2000s? I wore those when I was one of those crazy rave kids. You're a raver?
I did
Candy
the rape,
kids. They
but
had
not the.
up to 68 diameter. Like you liked raves too?
I liked some of the rave wear, but I didn't like. I mean, I didn't do the crazy. I used to flare out my pants, cut them, and sew my own in there, like sew my own flare sometimes.
She shouldn't be. I don't have anybody
I
blocked
don't
by
see.
that name.
I wonder if she's in here right now. If she got blocked, maybe it was an accident. I can't see any kind of a blocking going on, anyways, when I'm on the StreamYard.
Tennessee Rose.
I like my pants baggy. I like a good. I don't know. I just like them loose.
My husband's asleep, so I can't get him to go fix this. Let me
Yeah.
see. Tennessee.
What? No jeggings for me. Maybe underneath my jeans.
I don't have her blocked.
It doesn't say she's blocked. She
No.
said charged. No one can see her chatting. Well, I don't see her now.
Let me try one more way.
I just
Settings.
checked my block list before this, actually.
Privacy. Block contacts.
Now that I know how to do it.
I'm trying one more place. I have Nick Noodles Sex Bot. Spicy Disaster. Nicolina's Fault. Jimbo Kills Dogs. Cass. True Gyp Selena. Venomous Chicken. Mad Hatter. Digital Mashonish. And
Michigan.
Channel Chronicles. That's it.
Huh.
She's not blocked. So I don't
You know,
know.
I wonder if it's
Okay.
one of those weird YouTube glitches again. Odd.
Not going to run the prison store with my commissary.
That's why I wanted to see other people's answers. See, for me, all right, did everybody, was it just Coco that had to answer? I can't remember. I needed
I asked everybody. Would you fake a love interest in jail for noodles and honey buns? And then, like, fake a fight a month before your release date so you don't have to continue the relationship.
Hmm.
I see that all the time on Love After Lockup. They do it all the time.
They break their heart when it's
Yeah,
time.
well, they'll fake some fight. They'll come up with some reason why, we can't, we better not do this.
Mm,
She said in Discord and says no one can see her chatting.
strange.
I don't know what to do. She's not on my list.
See, for
How
me,
do
I needed to know more
What?
information lock up for my answer. I needed to know how long I was in prison for. If it was life, it would be a yes, because how else am I going to survive? And Gypsy told me I had 18 months, for the storyline. So I would handle my own business and do some artwork and trade for honey buns. I would use my skills in there, tear up some sheets, do some artwork.
Yeah, I don't
Get
know
my
what to do. I don't know how to fix that because she's not blocked. Very weird.
And if you
Unless she has a
personally,
different name and she's under one of those names.
Hmm.
Jeans are the most uncomfortable piece of clothes. I wear leggings because I'm my weight. I wear leggings.
I got leggings under my jeans. They're so soft. I actually like the Lulu Row or whatever it's called because they're soft under jeans.
She's I wonder what she was reading. Coco, I thought the same, but those jeans that stretch are very comfortable. Maybe yeah, I don't know what about that.
It's I would learn a lot of skills as much as I could while I'm trapped. I would take every class, read every book.
She said me and Coco gonna be eating good. Y'all are gonna eat those honey buns in front of me and Sarah, aren't you? They're gonna be eating those honey buns and noodles, showing us how to make spaghetti and stuff, aren't they? We're gonna be missing out. Leslie B, I was having trouble with Discord and had to uninstall and reinstall. My messages were not going through, and I didn't see chat at all. I can't. It's only Gene weather, maybe 1 week out of the year. Oh, wow.
Oh boy.
Sugar Pie, all the good raves are over there. The ones in the US are subpar. Have you watched the cybergoth dance parties on here? Have y'all ever heard of Guar?
War. Yeah, from Beavis and
Have you been
Butthead.
have you been to a Guar concert? They all dress
No,
up and LARP.
I've just
My dumbass
seen
would
bits
probably
of it.
fall in love for real. That's me. We would be like, "Oh, you gave me all this noodle money. I love you. Oh, God, I love you." Right?
Hmm.
You gave me all these honey buns. Let's get married. Right? See, curiosity. It's not in Discord that she can't chat. It's here. Oh, that's fun, drag. I would let them know that I was using them for noodles. You would. You'd be like, look, this is just going to be a noodle affair. I'm only after noodles. Let's just get that straight. And they're
Just
like,
feed me.
okay, I get it. You just want noodles.
Just feed me.
Right?
Adopt an inmate.
Would you send photos if they say they understand that you're never going to marry them? Would you pimp your body out for noodles and honey buns?
I'm not sure how that photo
They
thing
do
works.
this all the time on this show.
They get
And
photos
they do
done or
it to
something?
multiple people on Love After Lockup.
Do they pay for
Now they have
photos?
they send them photos. Well, I mean, they
How
can
do they get?
I don't know, but they call them every single day. These people must have phone bills out the ass. Because I thought if
Oh,
you call from prison that it's
oh,
real
right.
expensive,
It is
but
expensive.
they do.
Yeah, they do it for loneliness. And
Coming
maybe
down
some
here.
people
Great.
safer because it's not going to happen. Maybe they like that relationship and they feel a little safer knowing that they're locked up, kind of, those people. And it's all about just communicating. because the man can't hurt them. They can't do things they don't want to do. Do you know what I'm saying? It's safe
Okay.
because they're in. Oh, some people might just like the writing part of it. The fantasy.
Hold on a minute. Let me check this real quick while you talk.
Sure. It could be just the fantasizing, the writing. It's all not going to happen, but
What if they want you to take a picture of you with the noodles?
oh Lord. Pimp out the noodle like a noodle commercial. I don't know.
I'm just throwing ideas out there, honey. Don't judge me.
Take a picture of the noodle.
See.
Coco. You know, you talk about this love after lockup a lot. I'm gonna have to check it out sometime.
It is. It's like, and you can actually talk to the people who's on it if you join groups like on Facebook. I can talk to them, or on Instagram you can talk to them, and they'll
Really?
explain their. Oh yes, and I'm like, why are you with this guy? And they'll tell you. I mean,
Hmm.
okay, thanks.
Wonder what it is.
Okay, this is what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to go to Tennessee Rose right now from my phone.
My other question would be, where Ken does some of the channel stuff sometimes, do you guys have like separate accounts to log in and share it? Like, is he an administrator?
No, he
And
sounds on as me.
okay, because I'm wondering if there's two people running a channel, if one can accidentally knock one, how does that? Does it all go to the same pot?
No, he just signs on as me. I trust him.
I'm just trying to think of how it could accident,
Okay,
But
so I'm
YouTube does
gonna go.
weird
Okay,
in
this is who I've got on my block list: Channel Chronicles,
Yeah.
Nicolina's Fault, True Gypselina, Jimbo Kills Dogs, High School Bully, Digital, no, whatever. Spicy Disaster, Venomous Chicken, Noodles, Mad Hatter, Kaz, Nicolina 777, and Sexbot. So I'm gonna go to her channel.
What about if you personally did it by accident on your personal account? Does
This
that
is what I'm
affect
going to try to do. This is what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to block her, and then I'm going to unblock her. And I'm going to see if that works.
Hmm.
I'm going to subscribe to her, and then I'm going to block. Now I'm going to unblock. Undo.
If that doesn't work, maybe try your Google login later. I just
Yeah.
went to my Google a little while ago and I unblocked a couple that I wasn't seeing in YouTube.
Let's see if that works. See if it works now.
Yeah. In here, try typing.
I'll be eating ramen, making prison slams, and selling the honey buns. Chaotic's got a business going on our get Krispy Kreme donuts, and they can have their honey buns.
If we're all in the photo together, that changes a lot of things. Yes.
She
I
says
think so.
I'll draw them a picture of boobs. Hook a sister up with some bricks.
I didn't see that.
I didn't get. I'm sorry.
Huh.
My dumbass would turn lesbian in 2 days. I know, girl. Me too. I'd be like, who's pretty here? who looks like they're gonna fulfill what I've been looking for my whole life. What's the difference between love after lockup and YouTube? Exactly. That's why I mention it all the time.
That's right. Yep.
That's why I mention it all the time. I even said Ernie should be on it because of the women.
Yeah, so
But
that was the
it goes both ways though. Like Deontay, I mean, he's gotten screwed over I don't know how many times writing girls. So I mean, it doesn't really matter, male or female. I mean, how many finally go to visitation to meet they actually do. When you watch this show, you won't believe what people go through. They drive for miles and then they wait in this line of traffic, and then you see them for like 20 minutes.
yep.
And it's like, how are you vetting them? And you just 20 minutes. I don't get it.
That's
Let's see
crazy.
if she's
20 minutes.
here. She says I don't think she's ever been here.
I
To
can't
let you
remember.
know Thank you, Liz. That's so sweet. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
I'm trying
I've
to
been
figure
forgetting.
I don't know what else to do. Y'all?
Just later on, or you could check your Google login. It could be under that. Maybe I'm just thinking. I don't know
That's
what else.
the one I'm at. See?
Oh, did
That's
you do
the
this?
one. Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
you
one
went.
I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay, the other one you can try. The one that
Tennessee
does.
Rose. It's not on there. I've already looked.
Did you try your channel blocked list
Yeah,
or
I did that too.
Google?
That's where I unblocked and blocked, unblocked and blocked.
So you
That's
did
what I'm
both.
hoping works. Yeah.
You did YouTube Studio and Google, because YouTube Studio is
Mhm.
where I unblocked too. That's for the channel YouTube Studio.
So I should do it there too.
That's the only way to unblock people from the channel is YouTube Studio.
Okay, let me go here.
I'll tell you which buttons to press once you open up YouTube Studio. Sorry, people, we're just gonna figure this
Okay,
out.
I'm in the one on my phone because I'm
Okay,
live.
okay. So it goes. Are you able to log in from there? Okay,
Yeah,
YouTube's.
I'm
I
on
don't know.
YouTube Studio.
Do you have an iPhone? Because it might not work.
No, I have an Android.
Okay, so YouTube Studio. Then you go to settings. It should be on your left.
Settings.
Little settings. You
Okay,
might have to.
got it.
And then once you hit settings, you go to community, which is also on your left. You might have to scroll down a little bit, maybe not.
Okay, I'm there.
So once you hit community on the right, there's going to be two boxes. One's going to be your mods, and then scroll down or up to find the blocked list, and you'll see all the people that are blocked. If you want to unblock them, you just press the X, and they'll name or
I don't have
disappear.
that.
Okay.
It's not. This is what it looks like.
Yeah. Let me turn this sideways
They're
so I
all
can see.
comment.
Yeah, that's not the right spot.
I'll just try it after my live.
Yeah, go into the computer. I'll text you which buttons to press. I'll even make a tutorial video if you want, unless he knows how to do it. We're trying Tennessee Rose if you're listening. I will make a tutorial. I had to watch a tutorial actually to learn how to do it.
How else is a vegetarian supposed to survive? Yes, the answer is yes. Whatever you and driving to our town raves, making candy bracelets. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. So are we all in this faux prison together scenario? Yes, let's say we are.
Changes everything.
I think it's best if we are all sellies. Yeah. Yeah, let's have someone getting the honey buns, somebody getting the noodles, somebody getting hair products.
Will not work.
I hate the hair care products. Like soap, shampoo, toothpaste. We're hustling.
Then I can try the deodorant bombs.
It's crazy the list that they will and everything at the commissary is expensive as hell. Plus
Oh
the
yeah.
phone calls are expensive as hell.
Oh,
And these people think nothing of it to spend $30,000 hoping this relationship works out when they get out.
that's terrible.
Are you trying to put out are you trying to put out to the worldwide that dating and inmate? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. How it yeah.
The similarities between people online here and how you don't know who's behind the keyboard because of the current
Right.
situation on YouTube. Yeah, it was a comparison kind of. Yes, we were talking about
Just
that
watch
before.
an episode of Love After Lockup, or there's Life After Lockup, which is like the couple after the person gets out, and you see how they do. And sometimes they adopt their children, and how that dynamic goes. They're already calling them daddy, and they never even met.
Wow, yeah.
Um, I mean,
Okay, bringing the kids into it, that's a whole different thing. Yeah.
yeah. I date an inmate. Someone else has to feed them, wash their clothes, keep them entertained and under control. I'm sure someone would give it up to them
Oh, I
so they wouldn't nag me about it. I hear ya.
sure. What up, Jimbo?
Hey, but like in the situation with Dougie and Rachel, she was a Marine and right brain thinker, and all the vetting they do in the military, and she like
Mhm.
you know the guy that she met was Dougie, and he just went back to prison. I think it was like 30 years for torture,
Oh my lord.
arms. The torture was where he picks a guy up who owed him money. He takes him down to a guy's basement and
Oh no.
assaults him, and I'm not going to tell you how because it was too graphic.
Hey,
Then he
no.
douses him with gasoline and sets him on fire.
Oh
Well,
my
the
lord.
love after lockup interest that he met that was in the Marines, she winds up getting guardianship of his child because there was no one in his family
Oh
that
my
was
lord.
Bible enough to do it. So it was like, wow. I mean, not only was it expensive, but
Wow.
opening your door to predators,
That's just wow.
And when I started the show today was, what is your vetting process for people that come into your life? We do all kinds of vets on products, reviews, and that sort of thing. Have you tried this? But we don't vet people that come into our lives. And like they spent, like I said, $30,000 on phone calls, honey buns, the noodles, and then he gets out and he turns out to be a piece of crap.
Or super chats in sweatshirts, and they turn out to be an assault person that assaults women.
Exactly.
Same
Exactly.
thing.
Exact same thing. She said, "Hey, Sarah and Gypsy can make us other things we need, Coco." Oh, yeah, because
Oh, I
and we
would
can
be.
pay them. Hey, if Coco goes to jail, I'm mailing her some elbow pads. There's this, hey, sleeping underneath her pool. I think she's telling me she can do as she wants. She wants when she wants, and I have to say no. There should be a
Yeah.
registry where we can rate and review our exes. That's a good idea.
Oh Lord, imagine if there was. That should be
Could
an
you
app.
imagine that?
That would be a big website.
Wow.
Like it could end up fraudulent. Like people when they're angry could give like, inaccurate reviews. But that should be determined by the person.
Yeah, like
You
eight
know,
is peas one at a time. What an annoying FUCK, right?
that's a great idea for an app to all the creators out there.
hmm
They should make that app. Why not? We review everything else.
hmm
We need to review people.
I think so too. And like I was saying earlier, Mary on Sister Wives, she really fell in love, and it turned out to be a woman. She was
Oh yeah, by
catfishing
just
her.
uh,
She was hoping to be on the show,
wow.
like a crazed fan type situation. They
Hmm.
hope that she hoped to be part of the. Well, I guess she was in a way. I mean,
Yeah.
there are websites such as Don't
Oh,
Date. Oh, there are. I never knew
yeah. I
that.
thought you need to. We should all look into that and like spread the word about it.
Oh yes,
I'm
share
sharing that.
that, Daisy.
I'm gonna
It's
share that
called
page.
Don't Date Him. Wow.
Okay, so somebody
That's
did
good to
Facebook,
know.
and that should be spread to other people out there.
Some YouTubers are prisoners in disguise. I
I'm all
think
for that.
she's making an analogy of how similar the relationships can be here.
Yep. Daisy Joe, thanks for that info.
No kidding, man. I'm gonna put that back up. Hmm. That is a good analogy. So like this really could go somewhere. I'm glad that you shared that with us because it's almost like is there a rating system on YouTube?
I'm not sure.
Hmm. Back in our day and time, we thought nothing of like going to a party or going to the club and just bringing somebody home, especially if we were in our own hometown. I mean, you think to yourself, well, I'm going to run into them. They can't be so bad. So and so knows them.
There's
I
also a
need to do
don't
a series on
girl.
bad exes. Yes, that would be a great one. Mine would be so long. Y'all would be bored. Y'all would be like, girl, did you have any good ones? Y'all be like, girl, you need to just sit down. I'd share, but I'm driving. I made the mistake of trying to date at work. Big mistake.
Yep, a lot of people say no as a rule.
Well, think of it this way, Southern Yankee. For the most, this is true crime. And for the most part, this is true crime. You're dealing with true criminals and you're dealing with true crime. They're covering it and they're committing it. Like the
Yep.
Molly Golightly's, the I mean, I had someone say that to me. They said, "Don't be surprised there's criminals in true crime." And I thought,
Mm.
how poignant. I think it was me that said it.
Oh, Molly, the
But it's
NFL one.
true. It really is true.
Yeah,
There are criminals in true crime. Like there's going to be hairdressers over there in beauty, right?
I was very surprised with
She's
the
got the
NFL.
link.
Okay, there it is. I might grab that link later. Take a look at
I
that.
know, right?
I'm gonna save that in my notes.
Yeah, I'm going to share it. Definitely. I'll share that to my wall today.
I think everyone.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Daisy.
All
You
right.
really hit a home run with that one. I would be terrified to try to date in this day and age and it be online.
Oh yes.
Unfortunately, yeah, Southern Yankee, there seems to be like this ring of extortion by intimidation with money laundering and um, organized crime. But this is an organized platform, so there's going to be organized crime. Same thing with anything else. I mean, if this were a bank institution that we were running, there would be criminals among us. And if we were in, the automobile industry, there's going to be criminals among us. So we just have to be cognizant of it and always on our toes and aware of our surroundings and never trust anyone fully.
Seeing more criminals lately. It's also scary for your children dating this day and age. Not even just not even just yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be naive like we once were. And
Mm.
I'm gonna sit back more and observe more.
Yes.
Um, yeah,
Can't hurt.
that's what's gonna keep us safe. What have you learned from this experience that you want to share with others?
Just this past thing that just happened.
Yes.
Well, it almost kind of makes me more paranoid, like you're talking about the dating aspect of it. I'm listening to these two women, what's happened to them, and I also have a daughter that's dating, not currently, hasn't had a steady in a while, but it has. I already have gave her crap like a paranoid mom when she's gone on a date with a cop a bunch of times, and I'm like, statistically, cops beat up their wives more than I mean. Here I am reading statistics towards
Oh,
this,
you told me about that. That's right.
and like a fireman, and I'm like, I have to try to stay out of things, but you also can't help but worry, when there's
Hmm.
can't help it. So just
It's
makes me think of that.
cops, lawyers, doctors, all those
Oh,
high stress jobs that have adrenaline rush to it.
oh, too. Okay.
I think that they're talking about PTSD.
Mm.
Yeah, probably is prevalent among them all.
Well, it just reinforces things aren't always as you seem, nor neither are people.
Right. Things aren't always as they seem. Are you going to go put them on there, Chasing Justice? I might do mine. I'm serious.
You'll be writing a whole book. I love to see yours. Your writing. I know you'll infuse it with some humor.
This guy ate one pea at a time. He had to go. Were you picky like that when you were dating, though? Like if they annoyed you, did you just dump them?
I didn't actually do much of dating, to tell you the truth. I always had a distrust. I felt a distrust, and I was always super cautious, and I only wanted to, in my head, do it once, do it the right way, make sure it was a safe person, pick someone that won't hurt me. Like, I was over the top paranoid as it is,
Yeah.
so I honestly just hung out with the peeps, hung out with a lot of guys. They were all my friends, but I didn't feel the need to go. Oh, sorry, got an alarm going off.
She said the Facebook group 530 do not date list.
Do not date list. Wow, they have Facebook groups too. That's kind of embarrassing too, because what if you have a disgruntled ex and you're actually not a bad person and they just do that to you and then make others, you know what I mean? I could see how this teeters on the edge of slander. You know what I mean? I can imagine that depending on, you know what I mean? It must be hard for these websites to get away with some of this. You know what I mean? I was thinking about that too. What if somebody's a good person and they're a disgruntled ex? They don't, you know what I mean? They're pissed that this one got all the money, this one got the house, and they want to go in there and write that something about them. What if it's not true? What if it causes them loss in some other way because of, I don't know. It's just, maybe I'm thinking too hard about it.
I was thinking that too. Chasing, how did they, Daisy.
How do they get away with it? Verging on the edge of slander. Or we haven't looked at the website. I have to say that too. Maybe it's a number system, who knows? Could be something like that.
Stupid hair.
I'm surprised about the Facebook groups though. Gotta say.
She said she's going to put up a billboard for rap. That's good.
Oh,
That's smart. Someone who hides like he does.
yeah. I'm not sure how that's all going to pan out. We'll maybe go to a different platform. Change the name. The voice is pretty distinct, though.
Yeah.
Will he just get a job, stay off this, go to Twitch, go to Kick? There's the new one that MGL went to is Kick. I just downloaded that the other day.
I'm going to tell you my opinion. I think he'll stay, but we won't know who he is. And I think that he will blend in as a troll.
As a
And,
troll,
that,
I can see that.
and he will
Absolutely.
come back with vengeance.
Without, I left my.
I think
I
he will
see.
come back with vengeance as a troll, and we won't know that that's him. Because he is, a troll.
I think that could happen soon now. But we don't know what the future holds, or if anyone's, with potential legalities in the midst. There's, so much up in the air. We'll have to wait and see
Mm-hmm.
how. But I don't want to jump to any conclusions because I would. That's always a possibility.
I think that this is addictive,
Yep.
and I think that it will add another element of adrenaline rush for him, and he
Mhm.
will definitely become another channel, another name, and we won't know that that's him, just like we didn't know who he was before.
Perhaps not. But I know that some of the diehards will go with him, and that will be the clue, and that will be the giveaway, because
That's
not a whole group.
interesting.
The whole group of people following him is not going to change their name. That's the thing, and that he will need to start somewhere. And he does have diehard supporters, which is fine, but we're going to see them. And the best thing we can do is probably just spread the word to help protect other people from money loss or potential becoming a victim. The best thing we can do is
Mm-hmm.
spread the word for the safety
Who
of people
who
and their
are
wallets.
his financial backers? That's who is
There's been
really,
a couple that I noticed, a couple that were big ones from my own observations that would do large super chats have said no, they're done.
fear the is that what you mean? The island can't be his voice.
Yeah, some of the larger supporters are done from what I've noticed.
Yes,
Well, no
Southern
fear.
Yankee. Yes, he will.
Well, dang, I haven't seen no fear in a long time.
Even locked up, I think he will, because that that
Well,
that's that's his social outlet is the internet. I think even locked up, he will seek females like love after lockup.
yeah, even
That,
if he has to write or email, however they do it.
you know, women that are easily conned
Uh-huh.
with his wit and charm and um, you know.
Charisma.
Hmm. And he was able to do it to the woman before that was on the stand last night, so he'll be
Yeah.
able to do it again, and then
My
he'll do it again, and then he'll do it again until
that
somebody
was a long,
stops him.
that
I'm
was a
sorry,
long
what?
term. That was a long term relationship for such, for young people too.
Hmm.
I felt for them too. Like, just to hear, like, the thing that really got to me all night was the one thing she said about how the son didn't say anything because he didn't think he would care anyways. That just tore me up, like, over and over again. I kept hearing that in my head, like trying to picture a little kid's face. Like, don't even say goodbye. You just get up and leave your kid. He was like, I think she said he was 7. And imagine your dad goes on vacation and then he just says he's not coming back. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them. A couple of them. 4, I don't know, 4 or 3, whatever it is. That's going to hurt them when they grow up.
Hmm.
I just couldn't get over that one. That one really affected me last night.
Sugar Pie, is that you too? It looks different.
2 sugar pies.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can somebody check that one out?
I can't see why there's 2 in a row. Unless, I mean, that I can't see why she would have changed her account, but
Do you see? Can
yeah,
somebody check this one?
yeah, that one.
Me, yes, I changed my picture.
Oh, okay.
Hey, thanks. You scared me. Scared me.
I know,
I
we're
was
like, why are
scared.
there 2 next to each other?
Sorry. Right when we're talking about him, it spooked me a little bit.
4.99
he,
to follow. Oh, go ahead.
wow. So let's say
I
he
didn't
has
know yet.
1,000 followers.
You have to You have to pay to follow. I joined Twitch back when I was a mod in Betty Washam's chat for a little bit, and she got thrown off of YouTube. I don't know if it was temporary. I think it was permanent, but it was before she made another channel. But anyway, I was communicating on there, and she was having live streams on there, and it was the same thing, like your mods and your chat, and we didn't have to pay any money to follow, that I recall. But I don't really have a good experience with it. I mean, to not, to say either way, I guess, because that's the only person I've ever interacted with on there.
Yeah, I do like Instagram, and you can go live from Instagram. And I like, what was the other one? I do like TikTok. I didn't think I would, but it
Yeah,
seems very, very user friendly.
yeah, that can get addictive. Just flip,
Hmm.
flip, flip.
Yeah. Um, yes.
Does he have the
Sugar
same
cane.
name, Jason? Oh, yeah, they're both good pictures. Like, what's Rap's name on Twitch? How would you know? Is it general awareness?
Do y'all know what his name is on Twitch?
And you can see if he's talking on there too. Okay, membership thing. Okay. I recently downloaded Kick, I was saying, because somebody said that MGL went over there. I just wanted to see what it looked like. So I watched like her live for a couple of minutes just to see how this Kick goes, because I've heard a lot of negative things about it, and that there's different rooms, like adults kind of thing, if you know what I mean. And I don't really know how to navigate that website yet or anything. I only went on there to see her live. It was set up like YouTube. There were memberships. There was chimes going off. I don't know, like super chat type things, but I just don't know how to work it yet. Doesn't sound like my
What
kind of a.
what did he call it? What's his name on there? Chasing Justice.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because he's probably gonna change it. But the giveaway is going to be the followers and their names. Because the tight ones will get the name. They'll get his, where to follow him. They're gonna know.
Hmm.
That's what I think.
This sure did take the focus off Mama T, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't help but to notice, because she hasn't been on in a while, that she went on there, but and in general, yes.
She hasn't been live.
Not in days, but she was just live before I came over here. She was on. She might be still. I
Oh,
don't know.
today? Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that picture, Sugar Pie. Go with that one. That
Yeah,
one
they're all
looks
good.
hardcore. I like that.
And what?
That's like, how does
What
that
you
go?
say?
Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Isn't that kind of hard rocker kind of looking? She's hot. Sugar Pie. Honey
I like them
bun.
all.
Yeah, they're all good. Well, I guess I will get up here and go over to Hobby Lobby and get some soap so I can start making some more.
Don't forget you can't use coupon there. You can at Michael's though, or Joann's. They usually take competitors' coupons. I'll check all the apps, but Last I knew, Hobby Lobby dropped the coupon because they, the rising costs and everything, but they have sales so often. There's something 30%. Just keep an eye on the ad and
Yeah,
get the app.
I got what I needed the other day, and it was like 75% off.
Yeah, so
It's
when
like,
you
are
hit
you
one of
kidding me?
go when you get a good sale like that, that's when you grab it. Yeah. I always check all the apps and compare in the parking lot. I strategize
What does that mean?
because
What?
some of the craft stores each
No,
take
no, no.
different.
What? No Fear said.
Okay, Rapper is in. Yeah, like he hasn't left. That's what some people say.
Are you
But how
kidding me?
would anyone know? Like what he has nowhere. It's hard to say because there's so many rumors. Like I even saw a rumor in Mama T's comment section. This is before she's live. It's not her fault. I'm not saying it is. Somebody said Rap is still with Smoky Mama, and I'm like, nope, this is incorrect, or I forget how I worded it. I mean, rumors like that will spread around, and even in Mama T's chat before I came here, there was somebody that kept saying they'll be back, they're back together, and I was like, no, they're not, and she was like, well, they will be within a week, and it's going to be the new narrative, blah blah blah. Like, what are you talking like this for? You know nothing, you're not her. Why
Yeah.
are you saying this? This is horrible.
What's the new narrative?
That's what she's saying. That's going to be the new narrative. She was claiming they're going to be back together within a week.
And what does that mean? We're
Exactly.
still not supposed to stand beside her?
That's what I was trying to figure out
I'm
before I
still
came
going to
here.
stand with her because I've been in those shoes before, where I've
Mhm.
taken someone back that hurt me
Yeah.
physically.
Well, I could say I'm glad for her that she got to talk to and find.
I'm just not going to judge. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just glad she found Maria to compare things, and I'm glad for that. I could say
Because
that.
we don't know, and y'all know what Stockholm syndrome is, where they beat you down and you feel like you can't do better, and that you're
Mhm.
the lucky one, and you feel like you're going to panic without them there. So I'm not going to judge if that happens. I'm not, that's not my place. I've been her if that
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
If I've done that. I've done that several times. So you do what you got to do to survive in this world, and we're not going to judge each other for how we
Right.
choose to survive. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
And sometimes you feel alone too, but at least she does have an army of people. It sounds behind her.
absolutely, absolutely.
Which
And then
does.
when she is ready, and then
She has, she has a
right,
team. She has a team of people, so that does help her.
and
Help.
hopefully we won't be running into each other trying to figure out what we're supposed to be doing. Hopefully we'll have our shit together this time. So whatever her choice is, I'm behind her.
Right.
So I guess we're gonna head over to Hobby Lobby, and I will let y'all go. Y'all have a good
All right.
afternoon.
Y'all too. Bye.
Bye.
Life is harder than I like to think, but it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you just have to see the fundamentals of our life tonight. Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like